Okay. Okay, sir. Then I think we'll start. Then off and on we'll try to look into these issues. So today, good afternoon all the participants. So we have through. Today is 7th. So we have been together on 5th as well as 6th. 2 days are over, and 2 days we have completed around. I mean, um, 1, 2, 3. First day, 2 sessions. Second day, 3 sessions. Around 5 sessions have been completed totally. Okay, so now today we have 3 sessions coming up. First 2 sessions will be handled by Nikhil sir, and the last session by Antonio sir. So that is the schedule today. The schedule already has been given to you. Now I'm very happy to introduce to you Nikhil Tharman sir. Sir's name is Nikhil Tharman MK. He is a faculty uh, in computer science department. He is having around 8 years experience, but he's having a lot of speciality. The issue is that he is also an industrialist. He is in part-time teaching here, and basically his interest is in technology side, particularly server side and all. And they have a particular startup which is called as Do It Now Technologies, and they are looking at they are people who are looking doing online learning apps. Right now I understand that they are successfully running a course on this thing, entrance coaching course. Okay, so and also he is an AWS solution architect. That is the reason why he is telling about all these AWS and all. He'll be telling more about AWS and all. I'm a mechanical engineer. So if you want to know you get the job. That's what I know. Not more than that. Okay, I am also eagerly waiting for whatever he's going to tell. And he another important speciality of Sir is that he is actually a dawn-born age estimation internship at he has done his dawn-born age estimation internship at South America. He has done an internship at South America. The subject is dawn-born age or something. So that's what. So he was in Sao Paulo State for some time in University Brazil. That Sao Paulo University, State University, Brazil. He was there for some time. He is having an internship over there. And on the lighter side, he runs a boutique also. You can ask about that boutique. Boutique in the sense, it's a male boutique where hair cutting and other things and also and all those things will be put over there. And when you see your, I think you'll have to remove, Nikhil sir, please remove your mask when you are presenting. So you can see that he's going to be, you can look at him and you can know that, that is one of his, what do you call, he's also into that. So he's running such type of a boutique, a hair salon boutique type of thing, and it's called as SKP. That's what he's telling. He'll be telling more about all these things. So he was telling in between that, see, sir, please don't tell about all those things because that is one of his interest. That's what I'm telling. Because a lot of process over here will be having a lot of interest. So that this is one of his interests that he is doing that. So I'm very happy to have him here because he's one of the hardcore techie that we have in the campus. Whenever we want to have something to tell, something to ask, some doubt about, all these server sort of complex things, security, data security, programming, all those things, we usually turn back to him to see, what can be done and all. So sometime back, we were actually planning for running in offline mode an AWS training course we were planning to run, but that didn't materialize because this pandemic and all those things came in between, and that didn't materialize at that particular time. Maybe after this particular, bout of pandemic and all those things, we'll be able to resume that particular job that we have done half. Anyway, I'm so happy to present before you Nikhil Tharman sir. Nikhil Tharman sir, please, please, you may take over.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
then thank you so much.
Hi, good afternoon all. Okay, myself Nikhil Dharman. I'm last 8 years I'm working as assistant professor in College of Engineering, Talsheri. I think already Elsa told everything. Okay. Today I have two sessions. In both sessions, I'm dealing with cloud computing. In cloud computing, I'm dealing with AWS platform. I think all of you are familiar with the word or term AWS, Amazon Web Services. Okay, I'm planning to take few slides. It will take some couple of minutes. After that, we can go for some hands-on session. Today, we are going to discuss about AWS, Amazon Web Services. I think the topics we are going to discuss is what is AWS and why we are going for AWS and who all are using AWS, the major clients in top 10 clients of AWS. Then what are the advantages of AWS? Then at last, we can go for some AWS services. There is hundreds of services are there. In that, few services, 3 to 4 services that are the heart or core of AWS that we are going to discuss. Okay. First one is what is AWS? I think all of us are familiar with the word AWS, Amazon Web Service. It's nothing but it's a cloud platform. All of us know about cloud platform and all. There is so many cloud platforms are there. AWS is there, Azure is there, Oracle, and some IBM private clouds are there. Nowadays, most of the companies have their own cloud for doing all their purpose. And one of the speciality of Amazon Web Service or AWS is there's a plenty of services are there. We can use whatever services within few seconds. So these are the services available in AWS: compute services, database services, content delivery services, various other functionalities. And why we are going for AWS is okay. Why we are always going for AWS is it's very cheap, and 70% of the industrial are using AWS only. Next one is why we are going for AWS. Here you can see security is job zero. For example, if you want to purchase one laptop and all the security and security related issues, data security or operating system security, all are in all are our headaches only. But if you are purchasing that servers or computers from AWS, the task of security, everything will be done by AWS itself. That's the main advantage of AWS. Then after that, it's a cost management. It's very cheap compared to all other cloud services. It's faster and safer and cheaper. Because of that only, almost 70% of the companies, IT companies, are always prefer to choose or purchase servers from AWS. These are all about what is AWS and why AWS. Okay, I think here anyone, I think almost 55 participants are there. Anyone is here apart from IT department, CS or IT department? Any other departments also there? If yes, please.
Sir, most of them, almost I think all department, all people, most of the people are, I mean, other than, out of,
Other than
I
IT
told you, they are mixed, they
okay.
are not related to having computer science or such background. Most
Okay.
of them are from different backgrounds, wide backgrounds.
Okay. Then
very few people will be there. Yeah.
Okay. Then do one thing. Forget about last two slides. Okay. Just concentrate on this slide. Here I'm showing some real life or real time examples. So 3 to 4 examples. Okay. I have a question. I think you can see my screen. If you want to purchase one computer, laptop, like CPU or one hardware, hard disk, RAM or software, what you will do? All of you have a requirement. You want to purchase one laptop. Okay, Flipkart. Okay, some e-commerce website. Okay, Amazon. Okay. First option is we can simply purchase any computers or laptops from compare online with various sites. Okay. Okay. I got one answer. That's by based on need. Okay, fine. Okay. There's two options. Visit a particular company website. Okay. Company website means a particular shop. Go to company outlet. Okay, fine. First option is purchase from some e-commerce application. We can simply log into that Flipkart, Amazon, any e-commerce website. We can order our own website. Sorry, our own laptop. Okay. Second option is directly purchase from some computer hardware shops or outlets. Anywhere we can go and we can purchase. Okay. There is no issue. If we have money, we can directly go to computer hardware shop or some e-commerce application. Once again, you just look one more time. If you want to purchase one computer, there's two options: purchase from e-commerce applications, or we can directly go to one computer shops. Okay. Please look into second example. If you want to purchase one computer or any hardwares or softwares for just one day, you just want that computer or laptop, a fresh computer or a laptop for just one day. Okay, what you will do? It's just for one day. After that, no need of that computer. Buying would not be the best option. Internet cafe, okay. Direct to showroom, okay. Okay, one more condition is that I want to buy a high configuration or high-end computer. That means I want to buy a computer with i7 and I want a computer with RAM of 16 GB and a hard disk of 5 terabyte or something like. It will cost around 2 to 3 lakhs. Okay, we can use cloud portals. It's just for one day purpose. Okay, I got so many answers. Okay, in that case also, if I have money, I can directly purchase it from some e-commerce applications, or I can directly purchase from some computer hardware shops or some outlets are there. Okay, any other option? Okay, just wait. One more example is there. This is my third example. If you want to purchase 100 computers just for one day or 1 week or 1 month, what you will do? I need 100 laptops. I want to set up a data center or something. For example, coming month there is one exam, so PSC exams or something. We want to obviously cloud storage go offers all such things. Okay, on rent from some service providers. Okay. Here also options are there. If we have money, we can go for some e-commerce applications, or we can purchase 100 laptops from hardware shop. But the thing is that we just need those 100 laptops or 100 computers for just one day or 1 week. For the financial management, for purchasing those things, it's not a good decision. So we can rent. I think already someone answered that. Okay, fine. Okay, from where we can rent those 100 laptops? Here it comes, the cloud platform. One of the main cloud platform is Amazon Web Service. The specialty is, if you want to use those 100 CPUs for just one day, you just need to pay for one day. They'll charge for just one day only. If you just want to use those CPUs or laptops or softwares for just 1 hour, they will just charge for 1 hour. If you want to use it for 2 hours, they will charge for 2 hours. Like that only cloud platform will work. So whatever the requirement, within a couple of minutes, you can purchase anything from cloud. Okay, I'll show you how we can purchase, how we can configure everything after 15 minutes. So this is the simplest answer for what is meant by cloud. And in AWS, you can purchase whatever you want, and compared to other cloud platform, it's very cheap only and highly secured, highly reliable. Everything is there. Okay, I'll show you one more example. Okay, I think all of us are working in some universities or some college and all. Okay, here is one example. We just think about one situation. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., our university result will publish. Okay, the situation is that tomorrow morning at sharp 10 a.m., our university result will come. That's the situation. Okay, if I am your network admin in your college or university, I just go to my dashboard, server dashboard. I just want to check how many students are requested or how many students are visited our university result website today. I think it will be around 200 or 300. Okay, for other purpose. Okay, the same thing. If I check number of visitors were visited in our university result portal tomorrow morning 9 a.m. or 9:10 a.m., 9:20, 9:30, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., it will be a huge number. Maybe thousands of students will try to access the result. So many requests are there. Within 1 second, so many students will try to access the result from your university website. So what will happen? The server will down or it will crash. Maybe it will hang or it will slow down. So in that situation, by using cloud, your network administrator or system administrator can do anything. Here also, the AWS cloud will come. One solution is purchase one high-end server for just 1 day. Because we already know tomorrow 10 a.m. the result will publish. So I can go to one shop or e-commerce website. I can purchase one high configured. High-end means highly configured one server, and I can install in my university. So tomorrow's purpose, it will work smoothly because many number of requests it can be handled. But the thing is that after tomorrow, again, it will back to normal because daily only 200 requests or 150 requests will be there. So in this situation also, you can go for cloud. Cloud, in any cloud you can go, like if you want to go for AWS and all. And one more problem is that if I already told you, I can purchase some servers from AWS. That's okay. But I don't know about your university. I don't know about how many students are studying in your university or how many requests will come. I mean, per second, how many students will try to access the result and all. So these all information not as a solution architect to me. So in that case, I can set some parameters. I'll write one code. If one of my server can handle 200 requests per second, I'll write something like that. If more than 200 requests, automatically I will add one more server. Again, it will check. More than 400 requests, it will again add one more server. Like that, we can simply write one code. For writing those code, it will take 1 or 2 minutes. If I write, automatically it will scale up and down the servers. So as much of how we don't know which thousands of students are requested for your research site at a time, it will add 5 servers. After few hours, the request will reduce. That means if after few hours the 500 requests per hour, they will automatically shut down or they will automatically terminate the excess servers. So we just need to pay the server cost for few hours. That's a peak time. If heavy traffic is there, the server will automatically scale up. If traffic is low, it will automatically scale down. These all are the examples where we can use AWS. Whenever the situation or whatever the situation, like traffic or whatever. And one more thing, and I'll tell you one more example. If you want to purchase one laptop for your personal use means it's a lifelong purpose. I don't know whether it lasts for 5 years or 10 years, whatever it is. Okay, I'll go to one shop and I will purchase one laptop. Okay, I'll go with some medium range of configuration, i3 with 10th generation or something. It will cost around 35,000 to 40,000. For 40,000, I purchased one laptop. Okay, how many years of warranty I'll get? Anyone can answer? For hardware and all? Is there any warranty? For laptops and all? I'll get some warranty or not? Warranty or guarantee, anything like that? Okay,
For a
yes.
year or so.
Oh, for a year. Okay. Some companies will provide 6 months to 1 year. Okay. If after 1 year, my hard disk or my RAM is damaged, what will I do? In the warranty period, they will come to our, my home or my office for replacing those things. Free of cost. Okay. There is no service charge, nothing is there. After warranty, replace with new one. Yes, that's the thing. In that time, again, we need to spend money for RAM, hard disk, or motherboard, whatever it is, we need to pay. Okay. During the warranty period, it's everything will be fine. They'll call you, okay, sir, I will come to your home and I will replace within 48 hours of service or something. But after warranty, you should pay. That's the normal thing. But the same laptop or same hardware, if I purchase from one cloud platform, okay, whatever happened to our hardware or software, anything, they will replace it within couple of seconds, not in minutes. Whatever happened, they will replace. Okay, one more example. If I have I have one laptops. In laptop, there is one hard disk. You know, we all are saving some of our personal photos, documented, and official files. Everything inside hard disk only. After warranty period or during the warranty period, if my hardware, sorry, hard disk is collapsed or hard disk is damaged, then what I can do? All of my data will lose. If hard disk is working, then we can back up with some other third-party software and all. But in the case of AWS or cloud platform, if anything happened to a hard disk or any other equipment, within few seconds, the backup will be there. Already in each and every second, they will save some backup. So in the meantime, what is the restoration point? In that time, which all are the data available in your hard disk? They will replace the hard disk, but you will get all the data. That's the advantage of AWS. So we can directly purchase anything from AWS. They will do whatever we want. If I, for example, if I am here running one company and I want to set up a lab or I want to set up an IT infrastructure, I need 100 computers. You all know, I want to buy 100 computers from a shop, and for setting up a lab and all, I need a building. So building charge will be there. Or if it's a rental purpose, then building rent I should pay building rent each and every month. Okay. And also for smooth working of that computers and all, there should be air condition. As we all know, how much electricity charge will be there. And also for preventing some physical attack and all, there should be some security guards and all. I need to pay or I need to give salary to them also. Okay. So many headaches. And apart from physical attack, there is some competitive attacks also there. Like one of our competitors will try to hack our system or hack our network. They want all our data. So many confidential data are in my network only. So they will try to access those data also. So we need to protect our network or our computer from external attack. These all are our headache. But using AWS, there is no need of such kind of headaches and all. Everything will be done by AWS itself. So these all are the advantages of Amazon Web Services. Okay, in this slide, I'll show you which all are the top 10 clients of AWS, Amazon Web Services. You just go through Netflix, so many familiar names are there. Facebook is there, BBC is there, Twitter is there, Adobe, ESPN. I already told you 70% of the market are occupied by AWS only. Okay, or 70% of the clients are using AWS because of its security and cheap rate. Okay, and here you can see Netflix paying 19 million US dollars per month to AWS. And the last, the Twitter, they're paying 7 million US dollars per month to AWS because all of the network servers, everything are controlled by AWS. Okay. And these all are the benefits of AWS, ease of use, so many services are there. These all are the theory concept, flexibility, affordability, security, everything is there. Okay. These are all about AWS basics. If any doubt, can you please type? I think all of you get why or where we will use AWS and all. What is EC2? Okay, that will come next slide. This is about AWS. I already told you some situations when or why we are using AWS for cost management, security, and only for hourly basis we need to pay for. Okay. Is provide hardware to us? Yes, definitely they are providing hardware to us, but not in the case of physical hardware. We can purchase hardwares virtually. Like if you want to purchase one laptop or CPU, you can purchase from AWS. Okay, physically you can see it, but virtually you can access it. Everything is actually virtually means or cloud means there should be somewhere our CPU is there. We are just accessing or purchasing through virtually. Because in AWS itself, in worldwide, there is almost 20 regions are there. In India also one region is there, Mumbai. And in Mumbai, there's a huge data center. Thousands of servers are there, thousands of hard disks are there, thousands of RAMs, thousands of everything is arranged there. Okay, so we'll send some request, then you need some hardware to access, right? Yes, sir. Can we place a library? Yeah, sure, sir. We can place anything. For example, within 3 years, 90% of the companies in IT will move to cloud. I'm not telling about it, they'll move to AWS and all. They have their own clouds. They can move to Azure, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud. So many clouds are there. Nowadays, so many clouds are there. They will definitely move to, I think now itself 30% of the companies are already moved to cloud because no need of maintenance and all. Whatever happened, we can just imagine how much money each MNC, fifth level MNC in India will pay for some maintenance and all. Are cloud and server same? No. Cloud means from where we can access servers, hardwares, softwares, everything. AWS is a cloud platform only. In cloud platform, so many services are there. One of the services is server. How can we access a virtual PC? I'll show you. If you have the username and password, you have the PC, you can simply purchase whatever the server you need within few minutes. Okay. AWS is hundreds of services are there, and in that AWS, the main 4 services, I think there is 100 and 100 or thousands of services. Each and every day, they are updating something. If you look into the AWS dashboard, and after 1 week, you again log in and check your AWS dashboard, there should be few additional services. And in that additional service, and up to 150 or 200 services are there. That major or main services are EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing. It's a Virtual laptop, how's that advantages? Okay, ma'am. Oh, okay. For cloud accessing and all, whatever, if you want to use a cloud or something, we need some hardware. Like we need one PC or laptop with some good internet connectivity. Okay. Actually, my laptop is i3 only, Intel third generation only. Okay. Tomorrow, one of my project student came and he asked me, "Sir, I want to run my project." Okay, I'll tell him, just give me the code. I will check your code and I will check your output and all. When I try to run the code, I realized that for running those code, I need i7 processor. That means seventh generation processor or something. But I only have third generation processor. One option is I can go to one hardware shop, or I can order or purchase from e-commerce shop. So many e-commerce websites are there for the i7 processor, but it will cost huge amount. And also, I just want those servers for running this project only. After that, there is no use of that i7. That i3 is enough for me to run all other things. So what I will do, I will log into that AWS console and I will purchase one i7 processor. I don't know whether for running that code and all, it will take 1 hour, 2 hour, or one day. Whatever it is, for one day only, I need to pay. After that, I can terminate that instance means that services or that hardware. After that, no need to pay anymore. So this is the simplest and easiest way. No need to bother about that uh, security or maintenance, nothing. Everything will be done by AWS itself. Okay. I think the main four services are EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing, and S3, Simple Storage Service is there. Then Virtual Private Cloud, that means VPC, then Identity and Access Management. So I am planning to do some hands-on session on first two, Elastic Cloud Computing and Simple Storage Services. First, we can deal with some basic concept or basic operation. Then after that, we can go for advanced level. And if time is there, we can go for that VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, then Identity Access. Identity Access Management is nothing but I think in our laptop itself, in our computer itself, there is so many users. If I switch on my laptops, they're showing some users like that only. We can add uh, so many users with some roles to our AWS platform. Actually, there is one admin and super admin and some employees. For each and everyone, I'll create one user ID and user. Then I will give assign some privilege or permission for them. In industry and all, if super admin is there, they can access each and every file with full permission. But below that, there is some admins. Admins can access everything, but some exceptions are there, some confidential informations and all. And below the admin, there are some employees. Employee can access only the departmental files like that one. Okay, before we go into that EC2 theory concept, I think we can move to some hands-on session. Okay, all of it, please.
Nikhil sir,
Oh,
some of the participants don't have this AWS Management Console.
okay, sir.
So
I'll share.
can you give the username and password for
Yep,
them?
I'll share those username and password credential in your WhatsApp group. Others can
Ah,
simply type console.aws.amazon.com. Or if you're already logged in, no issues. You just please wait.
Nikhil sir, can you put it in chat box here? It will be easier for people to access.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, one second. Those who have issues in creating AWS account and all, they can use our email crashkerala@gmail.com as username and *141# do it now as password. Just try. Another account is there. abdavid@ctalasheri.ac.in as password, username, and david123ab. I already shared 3 credentials. All of you can use those credentials and log in. Once you logged in, you'll get a console or dashboard like this. Please respond all of you logged in or not. Then only I can. If anyone is having any login issue, you can send those also. I think all of you done. Shall we start?
Yes, sir. I think just clarify others. Those people who are not able to install that. Are you able to go and put it into? Are you able to log in? Those people with the laptop. Those people with smartphone, it's okay. For you people, it will be difficult. You can watch what has been done by Nikhil sir. But for others who are having a laptop, please put in this username and password and try to log into the console. Okay. I think most of the people are telling that they are logged into the console.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I think we can start. Maybe we can give some 2 minutes or 3 minutes time for them to do that.
Okay.
Is there anyone remaining?
Sir, I was not
sir,
installed.
It was not installed. Sana Sheikh ma'am. Sana Sheikh ma'am, what is your problem? No problem. You just go to this console dot whatever has been given over there. Just look in the test box. No problem, Sana ma'am. What you need to do is that you just see the chat box or the WhatsApp group. A user and password has been given there. I can't log in, sir. Just try this. Just look into that. Can you post it once again, sir? Nikhil sir.
Yes, sir.
Nikhil sir, can you please post it once again in the chat box? Okay, go into that particular. Go into first of all aws.console.aws.com. What is that, sir? Can you repeat it?
Console.aws.com.
Okay. Yeah. The other one also. Okay. Can you post it once again? The other one, the console dot that also. Nikhil sir, let me ask you one thing in between.
Yes,
Sir, see, look, I'm having a situation wherein I'm having only i3 processor, like what you told, i3
okay.
or maybe Pentium.
Okay.
Okay, I want to run, for example, a MATLAB program,
Okay.
a MATLAB program which requires some i7 or i5 or something, right?
Okay.
Which I'm not in a position to run with this. It will
Okay.
become slow. The system will become slow, and I
Yes,
won't
sir.
be able to get a result in that. Is it
Okay.
possible for me to, purchase an AWS server for this, running
Yes, sir.
this for a
Everything is
short time?
possible. Only the requirement
Oh,
is we should have a high-speed internet connectivity. That's it. Nothing else.
okay. One more thing, sir. Problem is that now I am having that MATLAB issue. Now, can I install something in that? For example, I'm getting in a virtual S7, or sorry, virtual i7 processor, right?
Okay.
When I'm taking an AWS, I'm getting a virtual i7 processor, like what you told. So,
Okay.
can I install an application in that?
Yes, sir. You can install what it's behave like our normal system.
Oh, it will behave like
We
our
can,
normal system.
yes, we can do
Yeah.
whatever it is. We'll do in our own personal system. No issues.
So, oh, that is something great. I think a lot of researchers over here are having the same problem. Select root user, man. Select root user, root only. So, lot of researchers over here will be having this problem. I feel, can anyone relate to this problem? I have faced this problem because I was having a problem in the sense for running a particular software, and I was not able to do that. I tried a lot for running that particular software, and finally I did that somewhere else, and I was not able to do it in my system. I was not knowing that. So I hope you all people might have faced this particular situation, particularly those people who have done a PhD somewhere, tried for a PhD somewhere here like that. Okay, so that is something great. Is it making sense, Nikhil sir? What I am trying to tell, does it make sense?
Yes, sir. In most of the
Okay, it's
universities
possible.
and colleges are now moving to AWS.
Oh, that's great, beautiful. So that's one of the points. That is something which is very beautiful. Capability of this particular AWS.
Yes, sir.
One or two MB is enough for normal operation, Nikhil sir is telling. Okay, fine. Nikhil sir, why can't we start then? I think most of the people are, what's that called?
Yes, yes, sir.
Nikhil sir?
Okay.
We can
Once you
start.
log in, you will get one console or dashboard like this. I think all of you are already inside this console. I'll show you. I'll show you which are the options available here. Okay. You can see on the top left corner, there is an option for services. Just click on that services. You can see all the services which are provided by AWS. I think more than 150 services are there. So many services are there. Okay. In that, I'll show you some important services. First one is the heart or core of AWS is compute services only. Okay. Inside computer services, so many services are there. And important one is EC2 only. Elastic Cloud Computing or Elastic Compute Cloud. You can call it as any. Okay. EC2. And another important service is inside storage, you can see S3 services, simple storage services. And inside database, you can see so many databases are available. RDS is there, DynamoDB is there. I think the CS people will familiar all these things. We are not going to launch anything right now. And after networking and content delivery, inside that there is VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, and inside security, identity and compliance, we have IAM, Identity Access Management. Okay. If you want to add it to anything to favorite, you can simply click here. I already added some favorites are there. If I click on here, it will delete from my favorite list. If again I clicked, it will appear on my favorite. Okay, so many services are there for content delivery, for bulk SMS, bulk email, or media player support, and IoT, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning. For each and everything, there is some services. It's not only for CS department, all other department. You can see blockchain is the satellite, and for each and every department, every services are there. Game development also there is some services. The thing is that if you are familiar with EC2 and storage, simple storage services, and if you have overall idea about virtual private cloud VPC and this IA, you can do or you can purchase whatever you want from AWS. Only this much service. You just need the basics about these services. And after that, if you want to know more about any services, Pakka documents are there. Amazon documents are that kind of useful. Like I have seen, I didn't never seen such kind of documents somewhere else. And here you can see support is there. Inside support, one documentation option is there. You can select that documentation. That documentation part contain each and every step of every service. If you have any issues or any troubleshootings or something, whatever it is, they have solutions. I told you whatever will happen, they have the pictorial representation. That kind of solutions are there. In simple words, whatever you want to study, you can just go for AWS, but without knowing EC2, S3, VPC, and IAM, it's little bit difficult. If you know all these 4 services, you can do whatever you feel. Okay, and one of the main advantages of Amazon is support, technical support. You can see in support there is an option for central support center. Just click on that. What if you have any issues related to billing, or if you have any issues in creating one server, whatever it is, you can simply create one case. You can select what kind of service or billing issues or service limit issue or technical support. You can select anything, and after that you can select the type of the case. I'm selecting billing, then category, charge inquiry or something. What's your requirement? I don't know what's your complaint and all. And after that, just need to type your subject and description. If you have any screenshot and all, you can attach that also. Then there's 3 options are there. You can select the language, and after that there is web support is there. Through email they will support. Then chat support is there. Instantly one executive will chat you personally, and phone support is there. Within couple of minutes they'll call back. If you want, you can try after our session. You just need to give your number, country, select your country and phone number. That's it. Then you can submit. They will call back as soon as early as possible. And I already created so many cases. You can see these all are my previous cases. So whatever happened, any issues and all, you can directly create one case and they'll call you back. Okay. One more thing is there. This is my AWS account name, DocFox Daflo. Okay. All of you have your own name. I don't know what name you already gave while registration. And you can see our account number. This is a unique number. Here also you can see that. Inside that, there is an option for billing dashboard. Important thing. Frequently or each and every hour, you should check your billing dashboard. If you had done something wrong, they will charge. So you can check those billing frequently. in billing dashboard, you can see how much they charge for what service and all. Now they have charged me for 200 rupees INR, and I can see for what service they charge. VC2, actually I was running some live project in my AWS account, so they charged for $2. Then data transfer is $0.25, everything. And if you want to check your monthly bills and all, there is an option, the left side, bills. Just click on that. Then you can select which the month of. Okay, I just selected June. There is a charge of 999.14 INR, dollar of 13.46. They'll charge in dollar. They'll convert it to our region-based currency and all. These all are about the billing and documentation and management console. Once again, I'm telling you, if you want to purchase any service, just click on here. I'll show you each and every service. Okay, that's it. That's all for AWS console and all. First, we are going. Okay, ma'am.
Sir, I have a query
Okay.
related to billing. Sir, how we will come to know whether this is a free tier or this is a bill means paid version of AWS?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll show you. Okay. For example, okay, I want to purchase one server. I'm not gonna show you every server purchasing and all right now. After S3, I'll show you. Right now, I just demonstrate how we can know is it a free tier or not. I just want to create one EC2 server. Just clicking on that EC2 server. It's just for the MAMS query. No need to do. Okay. Then here is one option, launch instance. I'm clicking on that. Okay. I can select what kind of servers I want to purchase. There is Amazon Linux is there, SCS is there, Ubuntu is there, Red Hat is there, Microsoft. So many servers are there. Right now, I am choosing the latest version of. I'm going to purchase latest version of Ubuntu server 20.04. I just selected those. Then here it comes. That I can select what kind of or instance type we can select. You can see here only free tier is T2 micro only. If you select T2 micro, then it's a free of cost. If you select anything else, it will be charged. For each and every service, there is some free services. Apart from that, or you want higher version and all, they will be charged.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'll show you how we can purchase on server and all later. First of all, I'm going with storage. S3 is there. Simple storage service. All of you, please click on that S3. Simple storage service. Please respond if you are already inside S3 and all. You'll get a console like this. All of you got this? Please respond.
Can you please help me to locate S3 service?
Okay, ma'am. Here inside that service, there is one storage option is there.
Okay.
Or you can simply search here. That also possible. Okay.
Okay.
To search, I think navigation will be easier. And only
Yeah.
you'll get an overall idea about where it will. In S3, here itself.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I'll show you my computer, inside my computer. Okay. This is my computer page. I have some drivers are there. Sorry, C drive is there, D is there, E is there, F, G is there, S is there. Inside each drive, I have so many folders, and directly I have some files. Okay, inside some folders, I have subfolders. Inside subfolders, again subfolders and file. Like that only in our computer it will works. Okay, like the same way. In our storage, there we can create one bucket. Bucket means nothing but it's a repository, like a C drive or the, actually it's not the Paka definition and all, but you can just consider it as bucket as your C drive or D drive or E drive, something like that. Okay, so first of all, I need to create a drive, C drive or D drive, like that. I want to create a bucket. Just click on that, create bucket. This is a repository only. It's just a two-step process, very simple. You can create your own bucket. Okay, inside the bucket, I can give some names for creating. Okay, I just give it my bucket name as test. Okay, then you can see by default it's block all public access. Okay, I'm not gonna change anything now. Okay, then I just try to create that bucket. Okay, there is one error. They are showing some warning. Can you please read that?
With the same name, it is already existing.
Already, but you can't see that bucket name inside my S3. There is any bucket in my S3 that name was a test or something? Nothing is there, right? So it's globally unique name. That means if I created a bucket with a test, then none of you can create a bucket with the same name. Okay, it's the bucket name should be unique. Like that only we can create bucket. And some naming conventions there, like that. Oh, I want to create one bucket with test 336688. Okay, if I use one capital letter, test 336688. Okay, if I try to create that bucket, again it will show some warning. Bucket name must not contain uppercase characters. No, in S3 everything is free. Don't worry, you can create as much bucket, as much data you can store. Okay, if you are using any uppercase letter or space or some special characters, they will also put some warning. Okay, now I'm creating bucket test 336688. I don't know whether anyone already have this name or not. For 1 year it's free, so for 12 months it's free. Okay, I created one bucket with name 336688. All of you please create one bucket with your own name. Okay, if anyone has any issues while creating in bucket, please tell me. Please let me know. So my C drive or D drive, something like that.
Nigel sir.
Okay.
An easiest way maybe your phone number or something. Is there any problem in putting your phone number or a part of your phone number as a number along with test?
No, sir. For sharing and all, it will be very easy. Like some names.
For remembering it will be easy. Maybe part of your phone number, half of your phone number or something.
No, in IT industry and all, we'll create bucket and that will be used by someone else. For us, it will be easy, but for I need to share that bucket name and all with someone else.
Okay.
Admin will create that bucket and workers will do. Employees will
do. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, I think all of you created. You can see here, I just created one bucket. I didn't configure anything else. I just type one name and created. You can see here, bucket and objects are not public. Okay, just check here, bucket and objects not public. Okay, this is my C drive. Just click on that bucket. Okay, here is one option to upload or create a folder. I already told you we can create folders or subfolders, anything, or directly upload files. Okay, there is no issues at all. I'm going to upload one file. Just click on upload. Then you can add files. Click on add files or folders. Then you can select any file. Now I just selected one image, desert.jpg. Okay, I'm just gonna upload one image, desert.jpg. Okay, here is an option, permission and all. I'm not gonna do with anything. Default settings will be there. I'm just creating. Delete everything, or how it is going to, sir? After 1 year, they will charge for the service you have used, but for S3 there is no service charge. If you are not using, if you are not downloading anything, or if you are not writing anything in the S3 bucket, there is no charge. If you want to download all your files after 1 year, they will charge. That's it. No issues in saving S3 and all. I uploaded those file. Okay, inside my bucket. Inside my bucket, I uploaded one file. We can call these files as objects. I already told you. How much it's safer than other clouds? Sir, it's 99.99999% safe. 5 nines are there. We can call it as drive, C drive, D drive, but in AWS, we can call it as buckets. Inside E bucket, there is so many objects are there. Objects means subfolders or files. Like that only. In AWS, I already created one bucket. Bucket name is test 336688. Inside the bucket, I have one object. Object means one PNG file, desert.png. I think all of you done that, right? Any image file or any text file, any Word document? Is there any authentic source ensuring the safety? Yes, sir. I'll show you how we can ensure our safety and all. Okay. I'm just gonna click on that object. I just clicked on that desert.jpg. Okay. Here you can see object URL is there. Okay. Just copy the object URL from here, or you can simply click here. It will automatically copy object URL. Okay. Then just paste here and type enter. Here it's showing access denied. We created one bucket. Inside those bucket, I created one object. Object means one image only, desert.jpg file. And I try to access those image by using this URL. It's showing access is denied. Okay, I'll show you why. You can see that desert.jpg we configured by default settings only. So the image file is not public now. It's a private file. So if anyone else got the URL, our image location, they can't access our file because our object is private only. I can change its visibility to public. Just there's an option, object actions. Okay, just click on that and try to make it as public. Yes, sir. Is it? It is restricted to public. So I try to make it as public, the object. Just click on that. Okay. Make public. One more option is there. Is there any issues? It's showing something like fail to edit public access. All of you try. Everyone got the same? Okay, fail to edit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The thing is that we already created one bucket, or we already created one drive, E drive. That drive or bucket itself is private. After that, I try to upload one file. Okay, that file also by default it's private. Okay, for making an object or file public, first we need to make our drive or bucket as public. Then only we can move into the bucket, and then we can make every object as public. So here my bucket is bucket name is test 336688. Click on that. Then go to permissions. Here you can see by default everything is blocked. Click on that edit. Then just uncheck those. Okay, no need to block anything. Just save changes. That's it. They'll ask for type confirm. Just type here confirm. Then click on confirm. Now our bucket is public. All of you, please.
Sir, if
Okay.
bucket is public, that means the content inside would be by default public.
No. By default, everything is private only. If you want to make one object only public, you can go to click on that object. Then you can make it as public. Now our E drive is public. Like now I make E drive is public, but inside E drive there is so many files are there. You want to make this first file node as public, you should go to the settings of node page, then make it as public. Okay, if you want to make CSI file as public, you should go inside the CSI. There's one option to make public, like that only.
Sir, can you please tell me how to make it private, the bucket? Please repeat
Sir.
it one more time, sir.
Sir, I didn't hear you.
How to make the bucket as public?
Just click on that bucket. This is my bucket. I don't know, you all have your own bucket names. Just click on that bucket. First step 1, click on that bucket. Then there is an option, permissions. Just click on that permissions. Then just edit the block public access option. Edit. Yours will be like this only. You need to uncheck this option. Then click on save changes. They'll ask for a confirmation. Just type the CONFIRM. Okay. Up to here, everyone is done, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Up to here, everyone is done, right? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
okay. Now our bucket is public. Okay. But our file is not public. Again, I try to access that file. You can simply type here. Again, I tried the same message. Access is denied. So what should I do? I need to go to that object. My object name is desert.jpg. Click on that. Then here is one option, object actions. Then click on that, make public. Inside the object, there is one option, object actions. Make it as public. Okay. Just click on make public for confirmation. Now you can see the successful message, successfully edited public access. Okay. All of you done that? Then again, you need to check your file. Now you can see the desert file. I just uploaded one image. If you have uploaded one PDF, Word file or text file, I don't know which file you uploaded, you can see that. Everyone got that?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Can you please repeat?
Okay,
Where
sir.
is that option? Where is that option?
Okay, sir. Just 1 second. Right now, I'm going to click on that bucket name. I already make it as public. Then inside that bucket, I have the object. Only one object is there. That is desert.jpg. Click on that object. First step. Step 1, click on that object. Step 2, the top right corner, there is an option, object actions. Click on that.
Sir, where, sir? Where is it?
Object actions, sir.
Object actions. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
sir. Thank
here.
you.
Okay, okay. Inside that object options, last one is make public. Click on that. Then bottom of the page, we are asked for one confirmation, make public. Click on that, make public. Then after that, you can again check with those URL. Or you have no URL, we can go and check our URL. Yes, sir. Public with read permission only. Inside this object, click on that object. You will get the URL here. Object URL is here. You can copy the URL. Okay. By select and copy. Otherwise, you can click here. Copy. Then simply go to an URL. Then type it or copy paste. Click enter. That's it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All of it done, or anyone have any issues? Please tell me.
No, sir. No issue. Completed.
Okay. Right now, I just uploaded one file. Like this file, you can upload whatever the file you need. S3 is absolutely free. Up to 5 GB, it's free in free tier. You can upload up to 5 GB of file. No issues.
Sir, can we delete this thing that is uploaded over here?
Yes, sir.
How it is possible to delete?
Yes, sir. Our next topic is that one. Okay. Here I have one bucket. And inside the bucket, I have one object. Okay. I'm directly trying to delete the bucket itself. Select the bucket. I have 2 buckets here. I think all of you have only 1 bucket. I don't know whether you created 2 buckets or not. This is my official bucket only, my live project. So I'm not going to delete that all. And I am selecting the test 336688 and trying to delete those bucket. Click on the delete. They'll ask for one confirmation. Test on before that there is one prompt message, error message. This bucket is not empty. If our bucket contains any files, folders, subfolders, anything, or in general terms, if our bucket contains any objects, we cannot directly delete those buckets. First, we need to delete all our objects. Then only we can delete our bucket. Here, if I want to delete E drive, first of all, I need to delete all these files. Then only I can delete E drive, something like that. Okay. So here is one option, empty bucket configuration. Just click on that empty bucket configuration. Then they'll ask for one confirmation. Just type permanently delete. Just type permanently delete. Empty. Now all the objects, I have only one object that is deleted. Again, you go back to your bucket page. Now, can we reuse the name of deleted bucket? No, ma'am. We can reuse the name after some time. Because once it is deleted from AWS database, we can use. Previously, I was told you like it is globally unique. If anyone in the world used any test or something, ABC or something as bucket name, we cannot use that. Actually, that's not a real theoretical concept. Actually, in globally, there is 3 global storage regions are there. One is China, second one is US, and rest. So if you are using in China region, we cannot create that same name in China region, but we can use the same name in US region or other region. So if you are using in, if you are in US, using your current location is in US region, you can create one bucket with unique name, but the same name can be used by someone in China region or Indian region. That's the thing. But globally, while theoretical concept, we will tell like that. In globally, it's unique. Actually, there is 3 separate regions are there. Inside each region, the bucket name is unique, something like that. So here I delete all the objects. Now I am trying to delete. Yes, sir. Uniqueness in region. Not in region, there is 3 partitions are there. 3 China partition, US partition, and rest. Inside the partition, I try to delete this one. They'll ask for our bucket name, test 336688. Test 336688. Just trying to delete. That's it.
Sir, is there anything, sir? Is there anything wrong in having the bucket over there?
Where, sir?
Is there anything wrong in having the bucket over there?
No, sir. No issues. We can create bucket anywhere. No issues. Everything is free.
See, is it necessary that we should, if nothing is there, is it necessary that we should delete? For example, if the bucket is empty, is it necessary that we should delete it?
No, sir. We can simply create bucket. In later, we can upload objects and all. No issues.
They are not going to charge, right?
No charges, sir. For storage, there is no charge. In S3, the advantage is you can storage whatever data, big data, small data, anything you can store. But if you try to download or access the data, they will charge. For data transfer only, they will charge. For storage, it's absolutely free. For the first 1 year, everything is free. After 1 year, they will charge for data transfer only.
Oh, okay. For first 1 year, data transfer is also free.
Data transfer is free, storage is free, everything is free. You can, inside each bucket, you can store an object of maximum 5 TB by using this graphical method. If more than 5 TB is there, you can, that also you can upload by some command prompt and all. Some commands are there. I think all of you already created one bucket and make it as public and also deleted that bucket.
Yes.
Everyone?
Sir, limit on number of buckets we can create?
You can create as much you want, ma'am. No such restrictions and all.
So if I have 5 buckets, can
Okay.
I store 5 TB in each of those buckets?
Yes, ma'am.
5 into 5
Inside each bucket also you
will be
can store.
available to me?
Okay, ma'am. If you have only one bucket also, you can store as much as data you want. But inside one bucket, there should be multiple objects. For one object, the maximum size is 5 TB. That's the only concept.
Okay.
Okay.
So inside one single bucket, I can store as much as I want.
As much as you want. But a file of maximum 5 TB size.
So there is no limit. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. One question is that for our latest upload file, can they charge for download?
Sir, one. Okay.
No, sir.
You're seeing it.
After
That's all. No.
after 1 year only they'll charge. Okay, I think all of you done. Okay, please do one thing, one more thing. Create one more bucket. I think all of your bucket are now deleted. Create one bucket. Any limit on no limit, ma'am. Is there a way to change the bank association as? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. You can change your payment details anytime. In the billing and dashboard, there is one option for the payment method. Inside that payment method, you can change your bank account details and all. No issues and all. Later you can change. Okay, I'm here to create one more bucket. And Atal 368. So if I try to create one bucket name as Atal, I don't know. Okay, just listen. While creating itself, you can give permission. Here is one option. While creating, just give the name. You can uncheck those block or public access. Okay. Then you can create that bucket. Sorry, you need to check that also. Create bucket. A created bucket with name Atal 368. All of it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Others, please respond. Only 3 concepts are there inside S3.
Yes, sir.
You can use the same name again for bucket which was deleted earlier. Yes, sir, you can use the same name, but after some time. They need to clear the database, then only you can give the same name. Okay, inside 368, Adal 368, that's my bucket. I'm going to upload one file. You can directly drag files here, okay? Okay, for example, I have one file called index.txt. Okay. Okay. All of you, please create one file, one text file. Inside that, you just type like this, hi, and just save. Okay, just create one text file, Word file, or whatever it is, Word file, text file, whatever it is. Just type. HA is enough. I just type that like that. Okay, just look here. We can simply drag this file into our bucket. No need to upload, search and all. We can simply drag our file. Okay, I'm trying to upload that file. While uploading time, there is an option for permission. You can simply click on that permission and you can make it as public here itself. If you want, you can make it as public. Okay, then check on the risk. They'll always prompt on warning that if it is public, everyone can access, there is no security, something like that. Now you can see I directly created one object and I make it as public. Now the bucket is public, my object also public. If you done that, I'll show you one. All of you done? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I am going to access that object. Okay, and just click on the bucket. After that, I'm click on that object name index.txt. Whatever name you can give, no issues. And inside that there is one option to copy the URL. And just click on here and copy. Then I'm opening a new tab. Paste it. You can see that our that text file content there. Is it working on your system?
Yes, sir. It's working.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. For everyone, it's working. I don't know, you text file, Word file, whatever it is, you can upload and check. Please respond. Is it working? For any issues? Can we view the file in the bucket without downloading? Yes, sir. I didn't download the file. I just viewing it. It's just a URL only. Okay. Okay. I'll show you one example in real time. Okay. Sir, it's already 3:38 p.m. Consider something. Okay, sir. Okay, okay. Abhi, sir. Hello. I think we can go for a break. After that, we can continue. You can take break. If any doubt or something, you can ask. I am here. After the break only.
Sir, we didn't get attendance link and feedback link.
Okay, sir.
We just got it. Just got it.
Okay, okay.
Sir, link is not active, sir.
Nitin sir, they're saying it's not active. Okay.
So when we will rejoin? So when to rejoin for the next session?
Sorry, ma'am. My mic was mute. At 4 o'clock, we can rejoin.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Nikhil sir. Hello, Nikhil sir.
Yes, sir.
Should we go for a break or something? 3:30
Yes, sir. I
or
already
how
gave.
you're planning to move about?
No, sir. Up
Give
to
the
4
break?
o'clock, we are taking break.
Okay, fine, great.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's good. Yeah. Nitin sir, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Oh, okay, sir. Sir, I'm having some announcements to make. Most of the people are here. Very few are here, have left. Anyway, when they come also, I make the announcement once again so that if someone is missed there, they can also get this. The thing is that, look, tomorrow we are having 3 sessions, and the third session is supposed to be taken by me, and that is actually the flipped classroom. But we totally have 14 sessions. So that means 3 sessions per day for 5 days makes it 15 sessions, and with one introduction as well as one valediction. But 14 sessions payment, they have released payment for 14 sessions. So they might have taken one of these sessions inclusive. So therefore, we thought that, okay, fine, we will teach you one thing more, and that is Moodle LMS. So we have found, one of the faculty, one of the instructors from Kannur Engineering College, he's an expert in Moodle. Moodle is a free software which you can configure if you don't have, if in your college, if you don't have a learning management system, Moodle will be highly useful. So that is the reason why we thought that we will give you that class. So instead of that particular flipped classroom, we'll be conducting that particular Moodle classroom tomorrow during the last session. So and then this flipped classroom, I need to have 1 hour more for flipped classroom. So I just wanted to let know whether we can have one extra session, maybe on Friday or maybe on Thursday. Thursday is tomorrow, it seems.